You didn't click anything. You didn't download anything. And your password was still stolen.
This account was never hacked. No alerts. No breach. No warning. The system unlocked itself. Because the AI didn't need to break the password. It already knew it. Not by stealing it. Not by guessing randomly. But by learning how you think. This isn't a future threat. This is already happening in controlled environments. And the uncomfortable truth is this. Passwords were designed to stop machines. Not machines that understand people. If you use passwords, this story already involves you. By the end of this video, you'll realize the password was never the weakest point. Keep watching, because this is where most people misunderstand what actually failed. This won't be the last system that fails this way. Subscribe, because these stories don't end here.
The breach report showed nothing. Empty. No alarms. No failed logins. No warnings at all. At 9:14 a.m., someone logged in as an admin. The system checked. Right password. Right device. Right behavior. Everything matched. It didn't just let them in. It welcomed them. This wasn't a careless company. Passwords changed on schedule. Rules were strict. Numbers, symbols, multi-factor on everything important. Best practices everywhere. Everyone did what training told them. Pick passwords you'll remember. Mix it up to fit the rules. Find patterns that feel safe. Over time, doing it right just became part of the job. Then, during a routine audit, one analyst stopped. Not because something screamed danger, just a weird feeling. The login checked out. The behavior was exactly what they expected. Still, a quiet question floated up. If we all follow the same rules, how unique are passwords, really? No one said it out loud, but the logs told the story anyway. No brute force attacks. No password spraying. No bots hammering the login page. Just a few clean attempts, each one totally normal. What nobody saw was the groundwork. Somewhere, an AI had trained on mountains of data, old password dumps, corporate policy templates, the little habits every industry falls into. It didn't memorize passwords. It learned how companies believe they're secure. Billions of failed logins taught it which combos people never use. Policy documents taught it how workers follow the rules. As the investigation dug deeper, another question bubbled up. If an AI has already studied millions of corporate passwords, what makes ours different? Nobody answered. Just silence. The worst part wasn't the breach itself. It was how normal it all looked. The login came during business hours, from a familiar location, with the same typing rhythm as the real admin. The AI didn't just guess the credentials, it copied the behavior. The timing, the pauses, the way the user clicked through menus. Security tools scanned for anything odd. They found nothing. Finally, an engineer asked what the dashboards couldn't show. How much of our internal behavior is actually private anymore? The answer wasn't none, but it was enough for someone to copy. The company had layered defenses. Every extra step collected more data. Which devices got trusted? How long approvals took? When people made exceptions. Each safeguard added another detail to the behavioral profile. But security didn't block the AI. It trained it. Every rule, every habit, every best practice just made the pattern clearer. When leadership read the final report, one question wouldn't go away. If we reward familiar behavior, and familiar behavior is predictable, who are we really protecting? Nobody blamed the tools. They worked as designed. Credentials got reset, policies updated, training refreshed. But it was too late. The breach didn't exploit a bug. It exploited understanding. The AI didn't break in. It followed the rules. When the system gave access, nothing illegal happened. Nothing odd happened. The system just said yes. There will be reports about breaches. There will be updates and patches. But cases like this won't be labeled as attacks. Because nothing looks broken. Subscribe. This is where those stories end up.